Hi everyone, I'm Carol. I just want to talk today about another step in our healing journey, and that's closure. And the misconception that closure comes from the person that hurt us. Now, I'll explain in a minute why I call it misconception. When we go through all our healing, we are connecting to our emotions, we're processing everything, we're releasing them, we are building up our courage, our strength, our self-worth, our confidence. We are becoming more independent and we're building up our self-resilience. And that allows us to be able to deal with future traumas or events that happen to come up. But the closure is always for things that we've already gone through. And people, if I was to ask people what you think closure is, the majority of responses are that it means the end of pain. It means that everything will be over. But what people don't realize is every step you take in your healing process or your healing journey, you are healing the pain. So we get to a point where it's not really about the pain that we're now trying to heal. We want answers. You know, we've been able to go through all the emotional trauma and we've been able to heal it to a point where now we're ready for answers. Now, some people are fortunate enough that they truly get a heartfelt apology from the person that's hurt them. They will get time on the phone or face-to-face, or they may even get a letter that confirms what they have actually said the person's done. They take responsibility, they apologise, and they might even explain the cause of their behaviour. But that's a minority of people that go through traumas and tragedies and abuse. The majority will never get closure. To them, it means that if they don't get closure, it's never gonna end. They're always going to be carrying this. What I want to say to you is this: our healing journey is individual. What works for one person might not work for someone else. I talk a lot about connecting to our emotions, our words, our thoughts. If we don't connect, we're wasting our time. If I was to go to a counsellor once a week for 6 weeks, and I answered all their questions, I listened to them, I then went home, I could do one or two things. If I just sat there week to week waiting for my next appointment, I'm going to be really disappointed. And I'm going to be thinking, this isn't working, she's useless, I'm not going to waste my time and go back. Or I could use that week in between the sessions and I could actually process what we were discussing. I could write down some of the things that they suggested, and I could continue on my healing journey. I could add steps to it based on our conversation. So I'm actually taking action and working on my own healing in between. So I'm responsible for my own healing in between my sessions. If I don't take action and I do nothing in between my sessions, I'm just going to blame my counsellor or my therapist and say that she's useless because I didn't get anywhere. So we have to understand that we are responsible for our own healing. Now, I'm a holistic counsellor, and I'm saying that because I can give people the tools, I can take them through activities. If they don't do them, they're not going to heal. It doesn't matter how much of a discussion or how much I take them through in a session. If they don't put in the work in between, they're wasting their money and their time, and they're wasting my time. So for those that are not able to confront the person that hurt them and think that they're never going to be free of the pain and they're never going to be free of the trauma and what happened, so it's just a waste of time to continue with their healing, because what's the point? You are actually responsible for your own closure. If you change your mindset, and instead of thinking, I need to get closure from that person, because sometimes all you're getting from them is excuses. Sometimes all you're getting are more lies. They've already manipulated us, right? When they take us through those traumas and the abuse, they are already manipulating us. So who's to say that the words that they use when we confront them isn't more manipulation and them just saying what they think we want to hear, so we leave them alone. I say that if you are unable to actually get closure from the person, if that's the way you're expecting it, do not give up. Create your own closure. And when I say it's easy to do, it's not easy, but you've already spent months or years on your healing process. So you're already stronger in your mind and understanding yourself than you were at the time of the abuse. So what you need to do, you will find closure internally when you find that point in your life where the abuse or the traumas or the tragedies no longer have a negative impact on you and how you feel. They no longer hold you back and stop you from living the life that you want. They no longer have hold on your emotions where you are depressed and go through anxiety and you lack confidence. You will continue with your healing, and when you find that point and you can honestly say, wow, that no longer bothers me now. And you can talk about it without getting angry, without getting upset. I'm not saying that you'll never get upset again about it, because, you know, we've still got a lot of life ahead of us for buttons to be pushed and more triggers to be, you know, set off. But you'll know yourself that point, because you'll be able to sit there and think about it and think, oh my gosh, I actually feel okay now and I don't need him or her to tell me that, because it's not important. What's important is you've been responsible for your healing process. You're the one responsible that you're still here today. Why can you not be responsible for finding your own closure? Closure that you can trust and you can truly take with all the confidence you have inside, that the thoughts that you then have and the feelings that you have are yours, because you are coming from a place of, I will say healed. You've healed that part of your life. So you're free to move forward. So take that next step and be responsible for your own closure, because it truly can come from within. Don't allow someone else to be responsible for your closure, because what you're doing is you are giving away all the power that you've gained during your healing process if it doesn't turn out the way that you were hoping. Thank you.